Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. This is the TA Chart FA analysis for December 23rd, 2021. Final 8 days of the week. And we're finally getting a little bit of an uptrend if you look at the graph. But however, if you do look at this here, this is not any bigger than what this rise was here from 33,000 all the way up to 40,000. We basically had a rise from about 45 to 50,000, so even a little less than this. And after that, it went back down to about 32,000. So going back to around 45,000 after this point is definitely possible, just like how we fared like right around here. But at this, like I said, maybe 44, 45 is the bottom, even if it does go down, and then we'll soon come up after that. And this cycle, and this lull cycle seems to be shorter than this. I still don't know if I really expect anything huge before the end of the year. If we can end the year above 50,000, I would actually be pretty happy. Altcoins are making some gains, definitely, and I think like right now, there's bullish momentum right now. A little bit. So I do think altcoins are going to gain more than Bitcoin, and all coins are basically up. So essentially, you have this area right here, and we have this area right here, but we're kind of having like a small bullish week within that, just like we had a small bullish week from June 7th to about June 15th. We'll see if this lasts. And we'll see like what happens after the new year. Like I said, there is a chance for a short squeeze. And especially today, because we went up a couple thousand, there's definitely a chance for a short squeeze. Because remember, liquidity is low right now. And there's not as many people trading because of the holidays. But that rises the chance of a short squeeze. And if there's a short squeeze, we could quickly go back up to 55,000 or higher. And I think the chances are slightly better today than they were yesterday. I still wouldn't bet on it, but they're slightly better today than they were yesterday. Looking at the technicals on the daily, they've definitely turned around. The commodity channel index is actually overbought. The average directional index is actually a little bit weaker than it was yesterday. The stochastic is getting to be the overbought, and the RSI is kind of like neutral. So I would say like there's more sell indicators than buy indicators right now. So we actually might go back for a dip in the next few days. It's very hard to say. Like generally, like Christmas Eve, which is tomorrow and the next day. It's really hard to say if it'll go like which way it'll go. There's just not as many people trading, and one or two big buys can actually make it go either way. But on the oscillators, there are more sell signals than buy signals. The average directional index is not very strong at all. So right now, it could just be overbought. The moving averages, the 10 and the 20 are positive on the daily now because we're above the EMAs for both the 10 days and the 20 days. And for the 20 days, the EMA is actually above the SMA, which means that's a strong buy on the 20, weak buy on the, I would say strong buy on the 10 as well, because the EMA is also higher than the SMA. 30, 50, you're still on sell, but like now what's different from like yesterday and the day before is now there's actually a buy signal from here until next week. Whereas like before it was a sell signal from here until next week. So today's movement did actually jolt the daily technicals to more of the buy area than the sell area. And there actually might be some bullish momentum even before Christmas and between Christmas and New Year because of the daily signal now. On the 1 week, everything is pretty much neutral on the oscillators, nothing new there. The exponential moving average and the simple moving average, they're both saying sell up until the 30. But now like both the 30s, on the 30-week ones, on the monthly ones, they're all saying buy on the half year. So if you're looking out into next year, a month or two into next year, it's definitely a buy. But on the weeklies, for the rest of this month, it's still saying sell. Now the weeklies and the dailies are conflicting with each other because the dailies obviously kind of show more of what's happening today and yesterday. So right now, like I would still hold back on buying. Maybe I would DCA maybe slightly heavier in the next couple of days just to see where it actually goes. There might be like a sudden pump. And the thing is, if you're buying long-term anyways, like it's going to be much higher probably in a couple of months. So it's not too bad to DCA in just a little more. Still not go all in, obviously, but still DCA in a little bit more because the daily technicals are a lot better, especially if we close above the $50,000 mark. Definitely, especially if we close above the $50,000 mark, which I think there's a good chance we're doing. So if we close above 50,000 today, it's kind of a stronger buy signal, at least on the short term daily. On the weekly, like I said, 10 and 20 weeks still sell, but I think that might actually change. If we close above, let's say 52, then I think we'll have a much stronger case for buy tomorrow. 30, obviously, like longer term, we're all buy now. And on the monthly, we're pretty much going to be all buy on the monthly. The oscillators don't really mean all that much, but we're going to be a pretty strong buy on the monthly. We've actually risen enough where the 10-month is actually a buy on both, and that's the effect that this rise has today. So, but the monthly really hasn't changed all that much. Still very strong, and it doesn't really look like we're going into some kind of multi-year bear market. It looks like it was just like a 2-month lull. That's all the evidence that's actually showing right now. There hasn't been like a big enough dip to bring us down on any of the monthly indicators. So I still think we're fine on the monthly. It's just the daily and the weekly are kind of conflicting now, because the daily is much more heavily weighted towards today. So today's like maybe turnaround could actually end up liquidating a couple of shorts, and that definitely could influence how the indicators actually go. Fundamentals right now, not much has changed. Holidays coming up tomorrow. Stock market's going to be closed. Well, it's closed for half a day tomorrow and then the full day on Friday, so you won't have any stock correlation to actually track to. So I think that actually might be good, unless there's some like really breakthrough Omicron news or something. So I think like because the daily suddenly switched to buy, I am kind of like bullish in the next day or two now. I wasn't very bullish for Christmas, but now like since the daily switch, I'm a little bit more bullish on the short term. I've always been bullish in the long term. That really hasn't changed at all. So it's kind of like where the fundamentals actually are right now. I mean, like the adoption and stuff, there is a senator, I think, Cynthia Lummis is actually going to propose a crypto bill in 2022. They're probably going to debate about it. And you know what's weird is like the Ripple lawsuit might not really be all that relevant if they pass all these new crypto bills. And if Congress actually makes a law that says like, these things aren't securities, then the SEC would actually have no jurisdiction over any crypto. So there's definitely like with Cynthia Lummis, Pat Toomey, there's definitely that possibility where like laws could just actually make the XRP lawsuit invalid, and it would be like a green light for all cryptos. Small chance of that, of course, but definitely possible, and I'm hoping that's what happens. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.